Without further ado, let's get started. Next, please. So our areas of discussion covers introduction to data analytics for not-for-profit organizations, interactive impact reporting, grant reporting and donor transparency, operational management. Next, please. So now I'd like to introduce our speakers for today. We have Joseph Mwanzaje. He is the manager in risk advisory, internal audit and forensic department at BDO East Africa, with over 8 years experience in audit, risk compliance, management and forensic services. At BDO, he leads clients engagement, manages diverse portfolios and mentors teams to deliver high quality risks. He is a certified public accountant and holds a CPAK, holding a Bachelor of Commerce in Finance and an MBA in Finance. Next, please. Our next speaker is Soumya Vadlamani. She's a senior manager at BDO, heading the Department of Data Analytics. Soumya has 11 years experience and she specializes in building data strategies that align with business goals while ensuring integrity, compliance, and effective governance, whether through building AI-driven models, automating complex workflows, or designing intuitive visualizations. Her goal is always to ensure empowering organizations with the tools and insights they need to thrive in today's data-driven world. Next, we have Athira Padmanabhan. She's the assistant manager at BDO. She is the data analytics assistant manager with over 7 years of experience, specializing in audit data analytics. She's highly skilled in leveraging analytical tools such as Power BI, Excel, SQL to deliver insightful data-driven solutions. In her role at BDO, Athira contributes to developing and deploying internal visualizations and reports, assisting audit and advisory teams with their data transformation and analysis needs. Next, we have Emmanuel Kiptoo. Emmanuel is the data analyst at BDO. He's highly skilled in data analytics and visualization, utilizing Microsoft Power BI to create visualizations and analytics matrix that extract valuable insight from raw data. With a background in audit data analytics, Emmanuel combines accounting knowledge with technical expertise in ETL processes, Power Query, and Python scripting to support both internal and client reporting. He plays a key role in developing and maintaining data analytics reports and supporting audit engagement across BDO East Africa. And now I'd like to hand it over to Joseph Mwanzaje to introduce BDO East Africa.
Thank you, Asma, and good afternoon once again to everyone joining us today. Before we proceed to the panel discussion, allow me to briefly introduce BDO and who we are as an organization. BDO is the 5th largest professional services organization in the world, with a presence in about 167 countries and territories. Across our global network, we have more than 120 professionals working in over 1,800 offices, all united by one goal, just to deliver exceptional client service. What makes BDO unique is the way our firms cooperate seamlessly, sharing methodologies, quality standards, and insights so that clients receive consistent high-quality support wherever they operate in the world. Here, we come a little lower at our region. BDO East Africa is a centrally managed network of offices across Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as the Republic of Congo, and soon enough we'll be moving to 2 new countries in the West Africa. Currently, we have over 20 partners and more than 400 professional staff in the East Africa region. BDO currently is the biggest firm in the East Africa in terms of offices. The firms within the BDO East Africa, we share resources, we share methodologies, we share technology systems, as well as quality control processes, thus enabling us to deliver integrated cross-border services efficiently. So through a network of partner firms, we also support clients in Djibouti, Eritrea, South Sudan, as well as Somalia, and have provided advisory services in several other BDO non-presence countries across West and Central Africa. In terms of services at BDO, we have audit and assurance services. This talks about the statutory audits of financial statements. We talk about audit of donor-funded projects, special purpose audits and reviews. We also do internal controls audits as well as FRS training and technical assistance, and also as much as other assurance services that are related to all assurance engagements. In terms of tax, we do tax compliance services, we do tax advisory services, we do tax reviews, that is audit and health checks. We do transfer pricing, employment tax, and expatriate tax, as well as corporate international planning, indirect taxes and customs duty, as well as tax opinions, and everything that talks about tax advisory services with KRA and any other regulations. In terms of business service outsourcing, we do accounting and bookkeeping. We do compilation of statutory annual reports. We do management reporting. We also handle financial management, payroll services, trustee management, as well as IFRS advisory services, including the company secretarial services, as well as administrative and accounting services. Then finally, we have the advisory department, where today's webinar lies. In the advisory department, we have the internal audit and risk management. We also do management consulting. We do development advisory. We do corporate recovery, corporate finance and transactional advisory services. We do forensic investigations, audits and accounting, as well as technology advisory, data analytics and AI services, as well as ESG services. With that short introduction about BDO and our commitment to driving data-led transformation, I'll now hand it back over to the first panelist of this discussion, Soumya. Please, over to you. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us, and welcome to today's conversation. Soumya.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Asma, for the wonderful introduction. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being part of this webinar. A continuation to what Joseph has taken you through. Now we're going to take you through what we specialize in data analytics. And as much as we're a function of advisory, and as much as we say that we only do data analytics, we expand our services into AI and automation services too, right? And when we say AI and machine learning, what do? We evaluate how a company is ready to adopt AI. Do they have the data? Do they have the governance? We help them set up the governance frameworks. In automation, we take any process that from your side that's redundant and that can be automated, and then we automate it for you, probably making the process better, more faster and more efficient, taking less time. And then, of course, as analytics as a service, you all must have data lying on in your company profiles or in your company databases. So we pick that up and make them into meaningful insights and host it for you as well. And you can access it, right? So this is basically what we do in the data analytics department. And then with that, I'll move on to the next slide where I'm going to speak about the webinar for today, right? And I'll give you an introduction. So I know you're seeing a lot of statistics on the screen. It's basically us trying to tell you why does data matter, or why do you need to turn your insights into actions. And we thought it would be meaningful to bring out a few percentages of what's being said out there in the market and how does it look, right? So to set the pace, we often associate data analytics with maybe banks or retailers or tech companies because we say that they hold a lot of data, right? But the truth is that some of the most inspiring applications are happening in the nonprofit organizations, where the goal isn't just the profit, but it's also the purpose, right? So that's the theme for today's discussion, where we're discussing about from insights to impacts that captures this shift perfectly. It's about turning information into action using data, not just to report what had happened previously, but also to shape what's going to happen next. So why does analytics matter most in the nonprofit world? We can ask that question, right? So in a sector that's driven mostly by passion and people, it's easy to underestimate the power of data. But according to the study by the IBM, nonprofits that leverage advanced analytics report higher mission effectiveness and operational efficiency than ones that don't, right? So in other words, what does that mean? It means that when nonprofits treat data as a strategic asset, not just as an afterthought, they're able to do more, they're able to reach further, and they're able to deliver greater impact than the ones that don't. So through data analytics, nonprofits can gain real-time visibility into their operations and outcomes. They can strengthen transparency, accountability to donors and beneficiaries, and they can also generate actionable insights that drive faster and smarter decisions, right? So it's no longer just about collecting information or just putting them in the database, right? But it's also about connecting the dots end to end between the activities, between the outcomes you have, and between the impact. What you see on the screen is basically what I spoke about right now, why the data matters. Turning insights into action is collecting whatever you have currently and making them into visualizations that can speak stories, right? It's about getting data that are in table formats and making the story out of it. It's more like storytelling. And right, so in that, most of the nonprofits, the challenges that they face on an everyday basis is like maybe managing the fee programs, reporting to funders. When you have a report that's due, you have people running around trying to get the data from all the places. The data doesn't reconcile, the data doesn't match, and all of that stuff, right? So with this approach, you have your reports on a daily basis. You don't hold people accountable to give you reports, but you have them at your fingertips, probably just at a click of a button, and you can use it on your different devices, right? So with that, in today's session, we're going to go ahead and explore 3 powerful ways nonprofits are putting analytics into action. Like Asma had already introduced, we're going to look at interactive impact reporting, where organizations are moving beyond spreadsheets to real-time dashboards that tell stories to change. And then we're going to see grant reporting and donor transparency, where we'll speak about how data builds trust by giving funders and stakeholders clear, measurable visibility into the results. And then finally, we'll close it off with operational management, where we'll speak about how analytics enhances efficiency, optimizes resources, and ensures accountability at every level of the organization, not just the top management, right? So each of these topics, they represent a crucial link into turning insights into impact, ensuring that data does not just inform, but it inspires action. So as we begin the journey now from insights to impact, remember that data analytics is not only about replacing human intuition, it's about enhancing it. It empowers nonprofits to see clearly, act confidently, and ultimately change lives more efficiently. So with that, thank you. I'm going to now hand over to Emmanuel, who's going to take you through the next sessions of.
Hello everyone. I'll carry on from where my colleague left. So I'll take us through one powerful application of analytics in the nonprofit space that we've been able to see. So this will be the interactive impact reporting. So I'll just introduce it, exactly what it means, also some of the drivers that are encouraging this application, and also the benefits that nonprofits will gain from interactive reporting. And also we'll have a live demonstration of an interactive impact report at the end of this. So interactive impact reporting, basically it just in case it entails showcasing a nonprofit's results, their impact, their accomplishment, the numbers that matter in a more dynamic way, yeah, so that the stakeholders, they are able to understand and know what work the nonprofits are doing. They are able to know what are the results of this work. So the stakeholders, like the donors, the leaders within the nonprofits, and if basically any stakeholder that is important to a particular nonprofit. So even the public, yeah, there are things they will want them to know, so that we can actually substantiate the kind of work that you're doing. So interactive impact reporting, it uses data analytics such that it can compare the nonprofits' outcomes in a more engaging way, in a more transparent way. So what we have currently, we see a lot of nonprofits sharing the impactful work, like so much impactful work they've done through the reports, the PDFs, especially that. And these PDFs, most of the time there are so many, these documents are so many, and just an example of one, you have a particular nonprofit with all like hundreds of projects done, and for someone who is interested to know what they are doing, it may not be efficient to be able to, or even possible to be able to go through all of them. Yeah. And really what we want is people to know what we are doing. So in the case of these reports, we can, through data analytics, there are many ways in which we're able to structure that data, put it in a more manageable way, and present them as interactive reports where someone can have an overview of what the nonprofit does, all the achievements that I've been able to see. Also, currently we see nonprofit share like the static figures, like on their websites, especially, and you find that this may not be the complete picture. There is, especially with many different factors that are determined, that determine the impact, that the different factors that you really need to consider when you're showcasing impact. Static figures may not be enough. So with data analytics, there are different ways we've seen, which you will see shortly in the live demo, how you're able to consider all these different factors and be able to present impact in a more in a much better way. So there are two drivers that make interactive impact reporting possible. So the first one, there are factors, the factors that determine impact, and also another one is the availability of like vast amounts of data. So I'll just go through them more in depth. So we've seen that while reporting on impact, there are so many factors, there are so many variables that come into play when you're showing what you've done. Factors like the demographics, the people that you're reaching out to. A good number of nonprofits operate in various countries, different regions within a country. Factors like industries, the sectors. So all of these different variables, they really need to be considered, yeah, but by stakeholders while trying to understand the results that come from the work of these nonprofits. So with just the static and basic reporting, it may not be able to show. It's quite not efficient to showcase all of this. You can imagine a particular program that is being funded. Donor funds are being a particular donor is providing funds to support programs in the education space across several countries in Africa, and the funds go to different programs. They are handled by there are different regions even within a country. So showing all of this is made very possible and in a more clear and concise way using interactive impact reporting, such that you're able to gain deeper insights, you're able to have transparency of what is happening. So the second factor and a key factor is the availability of like large amount of data on impact. We've seen non-profits, they really they have a good number have systems that they've put in place to manage their grants, to manage the donor funds, to even have a record of the programs. So there's so much data available for the utilization of nonprofits, just to show their impact. So data on from their monitoring systems and even the projects that they do. But now, when this data is not accessible in a more interactive way, it will just remain within the storage locations that these nonprofits put, whether they are databases, whether they are archives, and they are really not able to get the complete value from it. So with interactive impact reporting, you are able to utilize all this data, bring them all together into one place, and just showcase in reports that that stakeholders can navigate. They can drill through and see whatever it is that they are interested in, the numbers that they are interested in, the regions that they are interested in. So with that, I'll just take us through some of the benefits that nonprofits can gain from these reports. So one thing you'll be able to do with an interactive impact report is you can drill down to the metrics that are important to you. So possibly you want to see impact for a non-profit operating in, let's say, the whole of the East African community. You want to see generally how funds, the amount of funds that went in, the different programs that were supported. You'd want to see the particular metrics that determine if the programs were a success, the level of engagement. So all this is made possible by the interactive reports, which we will see. So dependent on the metrics that you want to check, a particular stakeholder is able to have a view of all of that. So another thing is you'll be able to have a customized view through the interactive reports. One thing that is possible through them, we can have views for particular stakeholders. There is what you want, only maybe the senior management to be able to see the whole overview of the whole non-profit. The particular stakeholder, the seniors can have that. We can have a view for even the public, what you want only the public to see, because there's some information that we'll want to just keep internally, so you can have that. And even program-specific views, country-specific, region-specific views, that is all possible. One other benefit is with interactive reporting, you enhance transparency. So you clearly show what is the state of how things are going in your nonprofit, especially to donors who've provided funds, and it is expected that they go into the right places. They actually reach the intended target audience. It actually delivers results. So when you're able to have interactive reports that get pick the real data that is within your organization, and you show the donors that this is what is happening, and it is a clear picture of what you're doing. You'll easily show them that this is the impact, this is these are the gains that we are making, and it really you are able to show, even to prove, that you're meeting up to the agreements that you had made. You're living up to the objectives and the missions that you've set in place. Another thing is interactive reports. They really strengthen storytelling on the impact that you're doing. Yeah, so you have all these different impactful work you're doing across different sectors, across different countries. When they are maybe just in reports siloed in different locations, you will someone has to go into all these different locations to try and really understand the kind of work you're doing. But you really want to kind of even shout, like, this is what you're doing, make it easier for them to understand. So the interactive impact reports have really visually appealing and easy to navigate and use, visuals, charts, analysis that like directly speak the volumes of what you're doing, and it will be very easy and very quick to demonstrate the impact. Last but not least, we also see one clear benefit as these reports enable decision making. So you have reports that show analysis of the state of your operations, the state of your data. So management, those in charge of programs, can actually point out which people are being reached. They can actually point out which sectors basically are being impacted more. Where is the impact more? Where are the challenges? Are people finding satisfaction in the work that we are doing? And now you can make a more informed decision, as opposed to like just making decisions without any backing, any facts. So the reports like show you the state of where you are, the real picture of what is happening, and you can make really good decisions and data-driven decisions. So with that, I will just show us a very interesting interactive impact report. I hope you can see. So this is live. I'll just give context. It's for purposes of demonstrating. This is can give an example of a nonprofit in the education space. So they receive funds to initiatives in this space across Africa. So this is a live data, a live report, which we're going just to interact with shortly. So as you can see, we are able to see a few metrics that are of interest for this nonprofit. So the first one, generally across all the countries, you can see the amount of funding received is 2.5 thousand. This is in million USD. A total of 200 programs have been supported across 5 countries. Since it's an education, it's based on education, there are 4 institution types supported. So for this nonprofit, there is universities and colleges, secondary institutions. We have the primary, and even for those special needs institutions. Then in totality, 1 million people were reached. And one key metric that is important for them is the success rate of these programs. So on average, it's at 70.9%. So we can have a view of a very interactive view of the 5 countries that the programs are in. We can also see the funding amount and values across the countries and the different number of programs that have been supported. You can see here in Rwanda we have 475 worth of funding in million USD, and then 39 programs. So you can just compare that. So just, as I mentioned, it's a live report. So this is a live demo. So you can see the data is, yeah, it was just refreshing. So these last 2 visuals, you can see the first one shows the average beneficiary satisfaction. So the beneficiaries were able to give a score from 1 being the least, 5 being the most satisfied. You can see on average, they're almost the same across the countries, 4.3, 4.2. Then the final one is the average social long-term satisfaction score of those programs. We can see the highest being in.
And then we can answer. But now that Emmanuel's back, I'm going to hand it over to him and then take up the question and answer session later.
Apologies for that hiccup, technical hiccup, but I'll just proceed with the demo. Yes, so as I was demonstrating, so these are just some of the visuals that really speak your impact quite in a very interactive way, in a very simplified way, and someone is just able to quickly see the kind of work that the particular nonprofit is doing. So above this report, there are some filters that you can really drill down. So that is one of the things that we mentioned as a benefit. You know, this is a general view. This is a general view of like work and impact and across the 5 countries. But you can have, one thing we understand is impact varies across the countries. So there is like Kenya has different numbers, Tanzania also, there could be different numbers. There could be a different number of programs supported. The satisfaction rates of those programs also vary. So we are able to show all of that through the reports. We are able to filter. So as this report just loads, give it a moment. Yes, so we can filter across the nation of Kenya and just we can filter across the nation of Kenya and just see the numbers in Kenya. As you can see, it changes. So we can see that in Kenya, there is 838,000 in $1 million worth of funding. Apologies for the technical hiccup. We can also see that it varies the number of people reached. There is also variation in the number of programs. So this is all possible through the interactive reports. So I will hand it over to my colleague to continue with the.
And I think Athira is back online, so I'll just hand it over to her.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Emmanuel, for explaining how the interactive reporting helps. Good afternoon all who have joined. Now we'll be exploring how NPOs can leverage data-driven strategies to improve accountability, enhance donor engagement, and maximize the impact of their programs. So grant reporting, transparency, and operational efficiency are really important in NPOs, right? So donors, funders, and stakeholders are all seeking greater clarity on how their contributions are used. Are they used efficiently? So this is where data analytics and technology can help. So let's take a closer look at some of these points. Evidence-based reporting. So the key here is to have your data stored somewhere in a system, like maybe for donor engagement, CRM, or financial data, etc. So without any manual process. So this will help us effectively manage, not just for that, but also for building trust with donors and stakeholders. So automated grant reporting allows organizations to generate detailed reports that clearly outlines how funds were spent and what outcomes were achieved. So these reports provide a concrete evidence of program effectiveness and to demonstrate a commitment to responsible fund management, right? So by using data to show exactly how grants have been used, nonprofits can not only meet funder requirements, but also strengthen their relationship with donors, ensuring that they feel confident about the impact of their investments. So ultimately, it's about demonstrating transparency and accountability, which are very important for sustainability of the organization, right? So let's look at donor insights and targeting. So understanding your donor is a critical to creating lasting and meaningful relationships. By analyzing donor history, their contributions, their demographics, their country or their age and their business or the industry of their donor, etc. So NPOs can give valuable insights into the donor preferences and behaviors. So this enables organization to personalize their engagement strategies. they can give targeted messaging or communication to the donors, like tailored giving opportunities to them, or like strategic outreach. So with these insights, NPO can optimize their fundraising efforts, like focusing on the most promising prospects and enhancing the donor retentions. So in essence, like by better understanding donor motivations and the preferences, nonprofits can foster deeper connection with their supporters, right? So with like both loyalty and the growth. So data analytics can also help like impact evaluation and program optimization, which is critical to ensuring the funds are being used efficiently as possible to achieve meaningful outcomes. So by evaluating the effectiveness of various programs, like we can identify which initiatives are having the greatest impact, like which programs is performing well. So this allows for more strategic allocation of the funds, like ensuring that the most successful programs are receiving the fund they need to grow, while others can be adjusted or scaled back a bit. So furthermore, like data-driven impact evaluations help organization and anticipate funding gaps and identify understanding early on, right? So allowing for more proactive financial planning. So it's about being flexible and responsive and adjusting in real time to ensure like every money is spent like efficiently and is contributing to the broader mission of the organization. So these dashboarding and visualizations, everything is very important in this fast-paced environment. So being able to present complex data into an accessible, like easy understandable format is invaluable now. So just to sum up, like integrating data-driven strategies is not just about improving the efficiency and decision-making, right? It's about enhancing transparency and relationship with donors by clearly illustrating them, like how their contributions are being used and how they are making a difference. So if we go to the operations reporting, like operations reporting is very important. Like it's not only for NPOs, but for every industry, it's really important. So NPOs like sometimes work with tight budget as they are like really on donations and grants. So making the most of every money we have and the resources is absolutely crucial. So we need to know like how we are spending, how we are staying within budget, and still making that biggest impact. So still many organizations actually rely on spreadsheets and manual process, like to pull their data together, to pull their financial data together and analyze, right? So this can slow and have a high chance of human errors, and anyone can change anything, right? Unintentionally or intentionally. So with data analytics, like we can connect directly to all your systems of even if it is finance, operations, or program management. So we can connect every system together and automatically generate the required metrics or KPIs. So that means like real-time data or on cost, on your revenue, on your budget. So no need to wait for like a month-end report or like worry about the data errors and all. So like we can see our balance sheet, income statements, your cash flows at any time, like nearly real-time data. So now when it comes to decision making, especially financial decision like budgeting, planning, etc., data driven decisions like like say program or certain how the program costs last, so what the fund next, will be within the previous year. So we can ask data like the actual decisions. With real-time data, you don't have to rely on your feelings and outdated information. You can just make informed decisions that help us to move in the right direction. And even with predictive analytics, you can anticipate future trends. Like for example, you can predict whether you are going to face a funding shortfall or whether your fundraising are on track, or if your expenses are higher than expected. So it will be good if you get notified right away in these cases, right? So you will be able to break down exactly where the issue is coming from, and you can make adjustments before the issue become a bigger problem. So, so to wrap up, like showing the visualization. Hope you can hear me. So it's not just about like showing the numbers and just giving some visualization. So with real-time data, improve financial reporting, make smarter decisions, and have the transparency to build trust with donors. So let me show you an example report. Can we go to the next slide, please? So yes, this is a sample report on cost allocation and some aspects of financial reporting and the management reporting. So you can see a summary on cost allocation. Projects have more funds, which are the donors you have, and how much fund they have given, and and the value by period and all. And even you can see it by the month, quarter, and we can see the KPIs over here, like the total donations that we received, which are the core fund, and what funds goes to the operations and all. And we have the detail page next. Okay, so we can see like how funds are being allocated to different from different donors allocated to different projects, etc. And just give us a second. So, so this is a minimal snapshot on what is possible. So even we can show your like income statement and comparisons to budget, or like performance of the project, like comparing it with planned value by year to date or quarter to date, like in whatever way we want, right? So, so that's all from me, and I'm just